Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy. Here in the today's class, I am taking a trigonometry for ICSE students for 10th standard. See, in the 9th standard already you are familiar with the trigonometry. I don't know how many of you are remembered or what. So first let us start with the basics. Trigonometry, we are defining all the 6 trigonometric ratios in the right angle triangle. So draw the right angle triangle and take an acute angle. Let us call them as the A, B, C. Take an acute angle. Exactly this is the opposite side. This is adjacent side and this is hypotenuse. First I will define the 6 trigonometric ratios. See how you define sin theta. Sin theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. Correct? When you define a side, immediately opposite of that I am writing cosec. Why cosec? See, cosec theta is hypotenuse upon opposite. Students, when you are observing these two, we are noticing that there is one relation between these two. They are reciprocal to each other. That's why we are writing sin theta is equal to 1 by cosec theta. Or we can write cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sin. When you cross multiply, you will get sin theta into cosec theta is equal to 1. See, with the help of definition only we are deriving so many relations here. That means if you are thorough in and really if you are interested and you know how to rearrange, readjust, you can write like this. This is the first one. And second we are defining cos theta. Cos is what? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. Exactly in front of that I am writing sec. Why sec? Sec is hypotenuse upon adjacent. Again when you observe this, we are finding one more relation. You can write cos theta is 1 by sec theta, or sec theta you can write 1 by cos theta, and when you cross multiply you will get one more relation. Cos theta into sec theta is 1. The next one is tan theta. Tan is opposite upon adjacent. Exactly in front of that cot theta. Cot is adjacent upon opposite. See, again they are reciprocal to each other. How? Tan theta we can write 1 by cot theta, or cot theta we can write 1 by tan theta. And when you cross multiply you will get tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. And are you familiar? Tan is also defined as sin theta upon cos theta, and cot is defined as cos theta upon sin theta. Correct? So after this basic definitions we are moving to the identities. So you are familiar with the identities. Without identities you cannot write, we cannot solve any examples. Then what is the identity? See, the identities are, first one, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Second one, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Third one, 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. This all you are studied in the 9th standard. So with the help of these basic ratios and identities, we are solving the examples from your textbook. See, I am moving to the exercise. First question. Then they are prove that. First one, sec a minus 1 upon sec a plus 1 is equal to 1 minus cos a upon 1 plus cos a. Here You have to remember whatever I explained earlier, that all basic definition, what is the relation between them. If you are thorough in that, we will solve, we can able to solve. See, write down the LHS. You can start with either from LHS or from RHS. LHS sec A minus 1 upon sec A plus 1. See here, already I told you sec is written as, and one more thing, whenever you are solving a trigonometric examples, remember in 90% sums we are converting each and everything either in terms of sine or in terms of cos. Remember that. In only 10% sums, the sum, whatever the sum is given, we are solving as it is. See, sec is written as 1 upon cos. This minus 1 as it is. Again sec is 1 upon cos plus 1. Take the LCM of this. 1 minus cos A, and it is 1 plus cos A upon cos C. This cos A and cos A get cancels. 1 minus cos A upon 1 plus cos A. See, that is nothing but RHS. Now moving to the second example. Prove that 1 plus sin A upon 1 minus sin A is equal to cosecant A plus 1 upon cosecant A minus 1. So as I told you, either you start with LHS or you can start with RHS. So write down the LHS, and you know how to write sine. Sine will be written as 1 by cosec. Write down the LHS. 1 plus sin A upon 1 minus sin A. Sin is what? Sin is 1 upon cosec. Next, 1 upon 1 minus cosecant A. Take the LCM for both numerator and denominator. Cosecant A plus 1 upon cosecant A. Next, cosecant A minus 1 upon cosecant A. This cosecant A get cancels. Cosecant A plus 1 upon cosecant A minus 1, that is RHS. Now I am moving to the next example. Question number 3. In all the heading it is prove that 1 upon tan A plus cot A is equal to cos A into sin A. So already I told you, can write down the LHS. After writing a LHS, in maximum number of sums we are converting in terms of sin and cos. See, already you are familiar. In the today's class only I explained tan is written as sin upon cos. Sin A, and whatever is angle, write down that angle. Cos A. Cos is cos upon sin A. Take the LCM for denominator itself. Take the LCM for the denominator. LCM is sin into cos. Sin A into cos. This sin A is multiplied here. Already one sin is there. Sin A into sin A is sin square A. Cos A into cos A is cos square A. And you are familiar. See, it is 1 upon 3 upon 5 means what you will write? 5 by 3 will write, or what? Like that. It goes up. Sin A into cos A upon sin square A plus cos square A. And already I gave the identity. Sin square A plus cos square A value with the help of identity. What is that value? See. Sin square A plus cos square A. If these two angles are same, the answer is 1. So this answer is 1. It is sin A into cos A divided by 1. If any number of divided by 1 means we are writing just that value. That is RHS. Moving to the next question, that is see the fourth sum. Tan A minus cot A is equal to 1 minus 2 cos square A upon sin A into cos A. As usual, write down the LHS. Tan A minus cot A. So convert this tan and cot in terms of sin and cos. Tan is sin A upon cos A. Cot is cos A upon sin A. Take the LCM. LCM is cos A into sin A. This sin is multiplied here and this cos is multiplied here. But this is not the required answer. Why? In the answer we required 1 minus 2 cos square A. We have the identity sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. See, in the answer, in the numerator we don't want sin. Sin square A is written as 1 minus cos square. Write down that value. 1 minus cos square A minus cos square A. This minus cos square A I kept as it is. Cos A into sin A. It is 1 minus cos square A minus cos square A is minus 2 cos square A upon cos A into sin A. So that is the RHS. See, the sums are very simple if you remember the basic ratios and the identities. Moving to the next question, that is question number 5. Sin raised to 4A minus cos raised to 4A is 2 sin square A minus 1. 2 sin square A minus 1. Here, first I am writing the LHS. Sin raised to 4A minus cos raised to 4A. This will be written as sin square A whole square minus cos square A whole square, because 2 to the 4. And it is in the form of this. When you look like this, it is in the form of A square minus B square. That is A minus B, A plus B. That means what is A here? In this problem, A is sin square A. Sin square A minus cos square A. And the next bracket is sin square A plus cos square A. But already you are familiar with the formula. Sin square A plus cos square A is 1. So in this bracket you have to write 1. Here sin square A minus cos square A is remaining. This is 1. But see that it is not the required answer. Required answer is 2 sin square A. We don't want the cos square. So we don't want the cos square means what is cos square A here? Cos square A is written as 1 minus sin square A. So keep this sin square A as it is, outside minus. So write it in the bracket 1 minus sin square A. Then remove the bracket. Take minus inside the bracket. Minus into minus plus. Sin square A plus sin square A is 2 sin square A minus 1. So this is RHS. Like this, with the help of basic ratios of trigonometrics and basic identities, we can solve all the examples like these examples. So in the next class, I am continuing with the next examples.